All right. What's up, ladies? This is welcome to Blade Job 420, guys. Man. Whoa.
Oh, we're stoners now.
No, yeah.
Well, I mean, we always kind of have it.
No.
I know. I used to be a school bus driver, and I couldn't smoke.
You were a school bus driver?
Yeah.
That's a pretty sweet gig.
No, it's not.
Oh, that sounds horrible.
One time when I was in high school, I had a dream that my school bus driver tried to kill me, and I didn't look her in the eye for an entire semester.
Yeah.
I wouldn't either. But,
She
you know,
probably did.
What we could do is talk about wrestling.
Wrestling.
Because welcome to the Blade Job episode
39.
39.
We're almost 40.
Yeah.
That's sad. In my real life, that's sad
like
too. I'm not almost
really
40,
old in
but
dog years.
We're closer to 40 than we are 20 in real life.
in real life, I don't want to talk about that.
We're right in the middle.
But
Nay.
doesn't matter what age you are.
The day after your 30th birthday.
That's true.
Yeah, unless you are maybe under the age of like 13, 14, maybe don't heed this advice. But if you're over that age, follow us on Twitter at The Blade Job Show. It's a Twitter account.
You go next. I gotta look it up.
You can follow me, JRT. It's me. It's JRT. Haha. It's just like
I like
DDP.
that.
I like
I know,
that.
right? I plan on doing it at some point. Like now. Follow me at Blade Job JRT.
You can follow me, John Olin, at John_Olin.
Jolin.
And I am High Voltage Scott Perkins. You can follow me at my new Twitter handle. I finally fucking did it. At BladeJobPerkins. Fucking
But
original.
you can't remember it, and it's like the simplest shit.
I
Well,
almost
yeah.
just said it for you.
You just ripped off Tommy Collins, really.
That's exactly what I did.
But he's dead to us, so it's fine.
No, he's not. I'm hanging out with him on Monday.
Yeah, it was show-wise.
Oh, show-wise, yeah, fuck him. He's dead to
Yeah,
us.
he dead to
I'm
us.
still threatening to go Kevin Owens and just changing mine to the Blade John show.
The Blade John show? Mm-hmm. I like it.
Right?
I dig it. Do it.
Sucker. That's what Booker T would say. Also, find us on
Best wrestler
Facebook.
ever.
Facebook.com/TheBladeJob.
Did you just say Bass Pro forever?
No, I said
Best pro
best
forever.
wrestler ever.
Oh, okay.
Or
I love Booker T.
BladeJob.com, wherever you get your podcasts, except for Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, other places. Listen, enjoy, because Scott and I were on Mad Attack.
Mad Attack.
The Mad Attack.
UK.
A Mad Attack.
I think it's according to this note card that we wrote down a little while ago, it's the Matt Attack. And you can follow him at the Mad Attack UK. It's part of the Visionaries Wrestling Network. You can check out all of their fine shows.
Yes, and that should be out soon. By the time you're listening to this, that should already be out. So we discuss our Hell in a Cell predictions. So we're not going to do that here.
It was
because you can just
heck
go
in
over
a cell
there.
because we weren't allowed to swear.
It's true.
was-
Spoiler alert, we still managed to swear. But at least this time. So this time I was good because when I was on MGB with Mason and Graham, if you don't listen to MGB...
Grand Metalik.
Graham Metalik.
No, not Grand Metalik. Mason is 10 years old. And I did very good, and I didn't swear the entire time. I almost did a couple times. However, I did manage to talk about Paige's sex tape with a 10-year-old without ever using the word sex or tape.
Because he's 10 and he's never seen a videotape before.
Was he asking what it was about? Did he ask for more
No,
information?
he was quite silent. Like Graham.
Well, you see, and the...
So
And then Xavier.
So
and-
Graham wasn't 100% what I was talking about, and so I was trying to explain it without just coming out and be like, yo, there's this video of fucking
There's some D in the V.
Xavier Woods and Brad Maddox fucking double teaming Paige. It's cool, man. You should check it out.
I've never seen that match.
Yeah, Pornhub.com. I mean,
Never seen that match.
It's a great match. No DQ. Fucking handicap.
One fall to a finish.
Poor Paige.
Ew.
We came out swinging today.
I saw a picture of her on the Instagrams, and
Did she look very beautiful?
no.
Oh, really?
She either looks gorgeous
Yeah.
or like
Paige, yeah.
Or you're like, wow, you should lay off the sauce a little bit. You're
Yeah.
looking a bit like...
yeah.
So I've never technically met Paige, but I ran into her WrestleMania weekend for 31 in Santa Clara, and a buddy of mine talked to her for a second, and she was hammered.
Yeah.
Like, She was with her boyfriend at the time, who was the lead singer of All That Remains,
Korn.
or
One of those bands.
some metal band.
It's Korn.
And she just looked plastered.
Yeah. I don't know.
We also saw Vince, Stephanie, Triple H, and Bob Backlund sitting down for dinner in a fancy restaurant.
I don't care for Bob Backlund.
Chicken wing, man. Chicken wing.
I just want to hang out with Vincent Kennedy McMahon for...
And just experience his life.
I like a
24
week.
hours.
Give me a week. I would love a week. Fly on his private jet. Just see... Because I guarantee, like... I don't know. He just thinks that, like... the world is completely different than the way it is because he's a billionaire. Like, his view of the world is totally... Like, I almost think it's like Charlie and It's Always Sunny when it's like he just sees the world in claymation. Like, I just imagine Vince seeing the world as a cartoon.
Right.
Like, as the story time style cartoon. Oh, that's fucking great. Oh my god. Look at this fucking asshole over here. Because like some guy comes in, like skinny, short guy with glasses. He's like, look at this pipsqueak. Let's make him eat garbage.
Dump poop on him. Make him dance.
Like,
He's gonna puke.
like that's just...
So he just treats them like JR.
Yeah, that's just okay to him. And he's like, I'm a genetic jackhammer.
I'd like to hang out with Shane for a week.
I feel like hanging out with Shane would just be like hanging out with a bro, and you're just like,
But
hey.
at least you get legitimate Vince McMahon stories. I feel like
Yes.
Vince would just downplay everything or tell you the Hogan version of what he wants to tell you.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, Shane seems like somehow he's the normal one of the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose Linda's the normal one, but I don't know.
She's in that party.
So is a lot of
Party
rich people.
time.
I know. I just meant that upper. She works for him.
Yeah, she's in the party.
Had a small business.
Yeah.
Because, WWE is a small business.
It is.
I mean, it was
tiny.
at one point.
Yeah.
Back when it was Capital
Before we were
Wrestling.
born.
Yeah. Yes, much before we were born, and she had nothing to do with it.
Exactly, yeah.
ECW was a small business.
Yeah. She was his muse.
Like friggin' what's her name in Dogma? God, like Salma Hayek.
Selma Hayek. Wowie Kazawi.
She is gorgeous and she has never aged.
Like, oh my god, yeah. To this day, anytime I see her, she was in that those Adam Sandler movies,
Yeah.
Grown Ups, and it's just like Jesus.
She was in
Christ.
Desperado
Like,
too, right? That
Oh
was her?
yeah,
That
she was
movie's incredible.
absolutely in Desperado.
That movie's
Speaking
incredible.
of movies that are kind of named like that, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's new movie, is looking to shape up really good.
Ooh, I haven't seen anything on that.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
like
most of his
60s Hollywood.
movies are
Oh,
pretty
I'm
damn
down
good.
for that.
But yeah, but Once Upon a Time in Mexico and Desperado are great movies.
They're incredible. They're
Yes,
incredible.
I've never seen Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but I've seen
it's
Desperado
really
and
good.
El Mariachi,
So-
but they're the same.
So
fucking
Once Upon a
movie.
Time in Mexico is in Spanish though.
Yeah, so is El Mariachi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same plot as Desperado, but it's not too sexy. But
Once Upon a
It's
Time's not
say-
completely in Spanish.
It's mainly
Steve
in Spanish.
Steve Buscemi's in Desperado. That's pretty cool.
Desperado.
Is that how you really say his last name?
Buscemi?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Buscemi.
I didn't know if I've been saying it wrong all these years.
No, you're right because that's
Okay.
what I was saying.
Oh,
So
Maybe
fuck,
I have.
Fuck Scott.
I don't know. Fuck. Did you steal my fucking pen, dude?
No.
Is this yours?
Oh no, I threw mine in the trash.
Yeah,
can.
you did.
All right.
So,
keep talking,
okay.
I'm going to get it.
So, how much do you want to bet he's gonna knock shit over and make a ton of noise while he's doing this?
am now.
We should start the clock. Oh, you found it quick.
Yeah, no, it was like right next to the.
He just wasted like a minute of airtime. So
We're gonna cut all that out.
talking about wrestling.
I'd rather we didn't.
So talking about wrestling.
Yeah, we just were.
No, we were talking about Desperado.
Oh, I was hanging out with Trash Can.
Has Antonio Banderas ever been on WWE?
I don't know. It'd be too sexy.
I used to use his cologne. It was really good.
That's weird.
And now he's a father.
Yeah.
Good.
It's true, I am.
Because you're too sexy.
It's true. So
He was also Puss in Boots. Which
Yeah,
is
he
a
was.
show I
And he
watch
was in the Spy Kids movies.
constantly. Yeah.
Which are good movies.
Yeah,
Damn it.
because they were all Robert Rodriguez movies.
Yeah. And Machete's in it.
Yeah.
As Machete.
Yeah. That's because Machete is just the It's a sequel to Spy Kids,
10 minutes.
which is fucking hilarious.
10 minutes
10 minutes what?
of nothing.
Okay, we're wasting 10 minutes. You're concerned about this now. This is episode 30 fucking 9. I bet you if you cut out every bit of non-wrestling that we talk about, we could have a 9-hour show. Easily. Just mash them all together. Blade job nonsense.
.com.
This is why we appeal to the masses.
All 7 of them.
Thanks, guys.
Actually, it might be 6 now.
Aw. I hope you guys are okay.
We got like, what, 74 likes on Twitter?
Hurricaned?
I mean, Facebook, sorry.
Yeah, no, yeah. Facebook's a fucking ghost town.
I didn't know we had a Facebook. I don't even know if I...
You probably don't. No one else does.
Hold on.
Like, people follow us on Twitter. That's nice.
Yeah, we got like 1,000. I have 446.
Damn, you were at like, what, 40 when we started?
No, I think it was like 7. It was like you guys, Joe Landry. My wife made a Twitter just to follow me, and I don't think she's ever been on Twitter.
John reactivated his just to follow us, so we
Nice.
appreciate that.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Fucking A. God damn. So last night, I posted this on Twitter. Last night I watched Mind Games 96, Foley HBK, Over the Edge 98, Foley Steve Austin, and then Backlash 04, Foley Orton. And I thought it was really interesting because it was in a span of an hour. I watched pre-Attitude Era, Attitude Era, and then Ruthless Aggression. And it led me to think about Ruthless Aggression and what it was, because to me it always kind of seemed like, yeah, it was kind of just like the Attitude Era. Like, it wasn't a huge difference. And I started thinking that, like, the Attitude Era focused a lot on just perverted shit. You know, in the Attitude Era, it was pretty much Sable's boobs and Shawn Michaels' wang.
Yeah.
Whereas Ruthless Aggression was primarily based on just blood and gore. It was like that post ECW, like WWE didn't know what to do, so they were just like, every match is ECW. There's just blood everywhere.
Oh, we're gonna make these motherfuckers bleed. That's okay. It's cartoon blood. It's not real.
That sounds a lot like Vince, actually. I think that's
He
exactly
probably
what
thought
happened.
it was fake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still thinks wrestling is real.
He's fucking nuts, man. That picture that I sent, it was like Vince McMahon sitting under a portrait of Vince McMahon. God, I just want to fucking hang out with him.
I know
like,
you do.
How do I get like an internship of hanging out
I don't
with
think
Vince?
you want to be an intern for WWE.
Oh, no, absolutely not. Yeah.
Just for like a week. And
Oh, and he's wearing like a nice, cute sailor outfit, but then he's wearing, in real life, these crazy pajamas and high tops.
Yeah, those crazy pajamas are awesome.
Yeah. And he's sitting with a giant dog.
Yeah, he's got Goldust Dog underneath him.
I'm reading
books.
books and stuff.
I like to imagine that inside that book is just a picture of him that he's looking at.
Yeah.
It's not really reading.
And he's just caressing
Just
it.
super
Yeah.
buff Vince.
It's like him
It's like
from
the
the cover of Men's
It's the
Health.
Wolverine meme. where
Yes.
he's just-
him fucking with a picture.
God
Oh, you were
damn.
talking about Mick Foley.
Yeah. I
Bleeding.
was. No, well, I was talking about a lot of people bleeding, but I was just thinking about it. So first and foremost, Ruthless Aggression. Did that name of the era come from
John Cena? Absolutely.
Or were they using that before and John Cena just used it in his debut?
I think that they were like, okay, the Attitude Era is coming to a close. We're going to debut this new kid. Hey, kid, run with it. What do you have that nobody else has? Ruthless Aggression.
Yeah, and where did that kid go? Like, really? Like, did he really ever become anything?
No. Well, I mean, eventually became something because
Because he changed the way the title looked.
no.
It's spun.
He had a good woman behind him, Nikki Bella.
Do you want to just do this now?
It took 30 years.
Is this your segue?
No, we can go ahead. Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah, go
Wait, no,
ahead.
you were doing a thing.
No, I was just going to talk about all the blood and, like, Eddie Guerrero and John Cena, and they bled a lot.
Fucking
and
love
moving
Eddie
on.
Guerrero.
Go ahead with
We
your...
never got an Eddie Guerrero-Shawn Michaels match, did we?
No, because that was when he was injured. And
Imagine how good of a match that would have been.
when did he... No, because he came back in, like, 2003. after his injury.
Yeah, but I don't think they ever.
Yeah.
I think that was the plan down the road, and then unfortunately Eddie passed.
Go ahead. You need to rant about this, so I'm gonna let you do it.
Yes. So, and with it being about a year ago since we started the show off talking about women's wrestling, and I still have complaints. It still makes me mad that the WWE has women who are hot, and that's their redeeming wrestling quality. They're hot. They can't wrestle, but they look good. I was kind of hoping that WWE would move away from that. And, I'm not saying they don't have very good-looking female and male stars, but it sucks that that's like, oh my God, here are the Bella Twins. They're hot. Okay.
They're the ones that get the push the most.
Great. Right.
There are ones that are talented, but the ones that are...
Like, I think
marketing pieces.
Becky Lynch is, in my opinion, like, crazy beautiful, and she's one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. Mm-hmm. But, hey, we get to see the Bella Twins. Like, Maurice, the same thing. Like, I don't want to see Maurice wrestle. I don't want to see Lana wrestle. They can't wrestle. They're valets. They're there to... Here's this fucking weird... Romanian? Is he Romanian? Bulgarian. Here's this weird-looking dude and his hot wife.
Rusev is a beautiful man.
No, Rusev sucks.
No,
Fuck
he's not.
Rusev.
No, he's not.
He's only over because people like chanting dumb shit.
Rusev Day is winning those tag team championships on Sunday.
No, Aiden English is winning those tag team championships on Sunday, and then they're going to break up and they're going to push Rusev because they are completely out of touch with what people actually want.
I want Rusev.
I'm pretty sure everybody wants Rusev, but you.
Yeah, that's 100% accurate.
People, honestly, I am not this person, but at the end of the day, Vince heard them chanting Rusev Day because they thought it was funny, because that's how it started. Everyone seems to forget the fact that people were chanting Rusev Day because they thought it was funny, and they were
posted it on Twitter,
and they were bored with his matches, so they needed something to chant during
because they
them.
were giving him shit matches,
and they're still giving him shit matches, and he's still a shit performer. He is like a mid-carder at best, and people are like, he should be WWE champion. No, he shouldn't. Not in a million years should Rusev be WWE champion.
You don't want like a Rusev versus Cesaro championship run?
I want Cesaro versus anyone but Rusev championship run. But, like, seriously, and
All right, so we'll get Bobby Lashley versus Cesaro.
Bobby Lashley is a talented performer who they're not utilizing. What they're going to do is Rusev's going to win the title because, Vince is out of touch, and they're going to put him right back to the whole, this championship belongs to Bulgaria now. I'm a foreigner.
I think
We're going to let the people decide.
I like it.
I don't fucking care what the people say. Do you hear what I'm saying? If Stephanie McMahon can have the balls to come out and say, oh, we are doing well because we listen to the audience, and everyone goes, fuck them. I can do the same goddamn thing. Fuck Rusev. Rusev sucks. Come at me, bro. Don't tase me. Other internet memes.
I'm going to take your poll right now.
You just go fuck
off.
You want to talk about Lana again? Go ahead. Talk about Lana.
Oh, yeah. She's not good in the ring, but they keep giving her matches. No, I'm not saying she won't be serviceable, I guess. I don't know.
How can she train, though, when she's on the road as a valet?
Right. So use her as a valet or take her off the road, let her train for a year. I don't know.
Aiden English is technically a valet, and he trains.
Yes.
Aiden English is, once again,
a Guerrero.
An extremely talented wrestler who they have pretty much created a comedy act out of.
He has no charisma.
He has all the charisma. Issue. He's the only reason Rusev Day's over.
Put the two of them together and make Christian their manager, and they would have all the charisma.
They would have
all the Captain Charisma. I miss Christian. He's like a...
I really wanted him to be a
good wrestler, unlike Rusev.
He didn't back out of StarCast until that weekend.
It's 100%.
Yeah, because fucking John.
No, all right, back to the main topic at hand. It kind of just it bums me out that girls like women, whatever, fuck off. That the ladies like Becky Lynch, Nia Jax, they're not getting their due. There was it was within the last year or so. There was like a 5 whatever they call a 5-person match with all women, and Nia Jax got powerbombed off the apron by everybody else. She's taking those kind of bumps that, you're not going to see. Well, you'll see Brie Bella do it, but she's just doing it on her own because she can't fucking suicide dive. But you're getting these women who will put their bodies on the line on purpose and take these nasty bumps, and yet we're still getting the Bella Twins. We're still getting, I'm a big Maurice fan. I think Maurice sitting in the crowd handing the Miz brass knuckles, that was fucking brilliant. I wonder if there was even a baby in that carriage. But it's like shit like that. Like that is what she's good at. That is, it everybody has their thing, and I think it's cool, to try it. But I don't want to see Maurice in the ring all the time. I have to see her in a pay-per-view. I don't get to see the United States title be defended, but I get to see Maurice and Brie Bella in the ring. It just kind of bums me out that that's what we're getting. We have all these talented stars, and we don't get to see Shinsuke tomorrow.
Nope.
No, you forget. Yeah, it's Shinsuke.
No, it's either one.
No.
Nakamura.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna learn that on the violin.
You definitely should. Wait, do you play violin too?
No.
Oh.
Not at all. No, I came home and my daughter was like, "Dad, look at this violin I got," and I picked it up. I go, "Little thing you might not know about your dad." And I put it to my neck. I go, "I've never played it before." And she's like, "Dad, you're gonna ruin my violin."
And she kicked you in the shin.
She is a fucking sassy little girl. But no, that's all I have to say about that. It kind of sucks. They have the Women's Evolution pay-per-view coming up, which I guess is not selling tickets.
That card looks weird.
It's kind of cool because Toni Storm's gonna win the Mae Young Classic, and then they're having the NXT UK Women's Championship defended, the NXT Championship defended. Like, I don't know, I like that. I like how they have a lot of belts. They're basically going to debut 2 new belts, the tag and the UK Women's. So that'll be cool. But at the same time, Ronda Rousey against Nikki Bella is a match that's happening.
Nobody fucking cares.
Right. Nobody fucking cares. That's exactly what I'm saying. I don't know. They're just trying to...
Now my pen's gone because I got mad.
It's a giant ad for their fucking reality show. You had a fucking pen there the whole time.
I tried to hand it to you. You got up and walked away.
Oh, okay. That's okay. No, I think 2018 we can accept athletes for being athletes and not athletes for oh yeah.
I think from a bookings, and I'll say right up front, I prefer Brie more than I do Nikki.
I hate them both.
If I have to choose one. But I think from a booking standpoint, it makes sense because Brie wants to wrestle more, and you don't want to put her in there with someone that's going to make her look bad. So if you put her in there with Maurice, then it's almost like a.
They're both going to look bad because neither of them can wrestle.
Right, but you don't have to take all the blame on Brie.
Until Brie tries something more than basic and she fucking dies.
Like a suplex?
Yeah, what the fuck's gonna happen when she has to do anything? I don't know. I'm just hoping it's 95% Daniel Bryan and The Miz, because those guys can both put on a good match.
They won't be.
Don't be shocked if you see. If this is what's gonna happen: is you're gonna see Brie beat Maurice,
and everyone.
Are we talking Evolution or Hell in a Cell?
Heck in a Cell.
You're going to see Brie beat Maurice because then you can keep the Miz and Daniel Bryan story going, and neither one of them got the loss.
That's true, kid.
And that's what WWE does right now is they drag storylines out over months and months and months.
Hey, if this leads to a WWE Championship feud, I'm 100% on board with it.
How is either of them going to even remotely get a title shot where they're in a quote-unquote mixed match at Hell in a Cell?
They both are in the title shot at the Boston House Show.
Ooh, at the house show.
Hey, titles have changed hands at house shows before.
That's true.
They have.
I think you have Miz win the title, you have Bryan win the Rumble, and then you go to Mania from there.
I don't think they will have Daniel Bryan win the Rumble. I mean, obviously, it's a little early to tell.
Think about how hard we lost our shit when he didn't win last time, and then it's been a couple times where he should have won.
Daniel Bryan being out of the ring for 2 years. Daniel Bryan does not have the backing that he's not the underdog story anymore.
No, but he's the merchandise story.
Think
about how many T-shirts this guy's had since the 6 months that he's been back.
And it's just like things are different now. Things have changed in, for the better, for the worse. It's hard to tell at this point, but things have changed. Like, the biggest complaint for Daniel Bryan not winning the Rumble was not that Daniel Bryan didn't win the Rumble, it's that Batista did. People weren't mad that Daniel Bryan didn't win, they were mad that Batista did, because part-timer. People don't like part-timers these days. Part-timers should be in marquee matches. They shouldn't be holding belts. They shouldn't be in championship matches. Brock Lesnar versus Batista would be an awesome match. I would love that match. That would be great.
I wouldn't.
But as soon as a title's involved, no, I'm not interested anymore. Because we don't need any of these belts on people who aren't going to be. And I'm not saying a champion has to be full-time, like, every Raw, every house show, every pay-per-view. Like, but the champion needs to be there 80% of the time.
And not to get off track, because we haven't done that yet this episode, but
Fucking
I think when Batista came back, it was a bad time because everybody wanted him to be a heel and they pushed him as a face. Now that everybody loves him as Drax, I could see him coming back as a face, and you could get that Brock Lesnar match if Brock Lesnar is still here.
Which I don't give a shit about.
And
that was just an example. I'm saying, like,
if I never saw Brock Lesnar in a WWE ring, I'd be A-okay with that.
I'm indifferent because I
love that big fight feel.
God damn it.
Yeah, but it's only going to be a minute and a half. Who fucking cares?
Poor Sable.
As soon as I hear that song, I get jacked.
No, like,
and I'm not even a huge Lesnar fan. As soon as I hear that song,
his entrance is great. Paul Heyman is great. Like, there's a lot of good things about Brock Lesnar, but Brock Lesnar isn't one of them, and that's the issue.
Yes.
I was pro Lesnar beating Reigns at SummerSlam.
I didn't care.
I just didn't fucking
Watching
care.
the Raws that came up to that, you gave me the Brock Lesnar that I loved. You gave me that heel, I don't give a shit Lesnar, and it wasn't I'm not going to show up. This is a storyline written where you give me 3 dates a year and I'm not going to show up. It was like I'm going to beat up Paul Heyman. I'm going to beat you up. We're going to cheat to win. And I don't care because I'm walking out with the title. And I was like, that's the Lesnar that I love. Like, by trying to create a Lesnar that is a heel, you basically gave us everything we loved about Lesnar going back into it. But everybody was so sick of him being champion.
And that was because he was champion for 400 and something days.
If you had him win and then kept that character going, I think people would have listened to it.
I don't think. At the end of the day,
if he showed up sometime,
right. That's the thing. WWE is a microcosm.
If he won it at SummerSlam and then kept showing up,
right,
people would have calmed down.
Right. There's 4 Raws in a month. If he's at 3 of them,
right,
sure.
Yep.
If he wrestled on fucking one of those Raws,
yeah,
it'd be okay.
And that's the thing. Like, I've been very open of the things I don't like about Roman Reigns. I don't hate Roman Reigns. There's a lot of things about his character that are boring to me. His in-ring is solid B. Like, he's not Shawn Michaels. He's not Chris Jericho. He's not even John Cena.
But not even comparing them to them, he's still a B.
Yeah, he's a solid B.
He can do all the moves, but none of them are
They feel like spots. All of them feel like spots.
So, but, you know, at the end of the day, Roman Reigns wrestles on Raw. Roman Reigns wrestles at house shows. Roman Reigns wrestles at pay-per-views. He feels like a face of the company because he is always there. He is a workhorse, and I respect. What's his real name?
I don't know, Joe something, right?
Joe Samoan.
something I can't pronounce.
Yeah. There's like 4 apostrophes.
Yeah.
Probably.
Anyways,
Ooh,
I respect the dude. Like the dude isn't there just because of his family. The dude, like a lot of people have been in WWE.
Well, he is there because of his family.
I wasn't trying to take anything away from him either.
Well, yeah, but like you look at Tamina.
She's only there because of her family.
You know, she wasn't able to back it up. Ted DiBiase Jr. He was.
Oh, it's just Joseph Anoa'i.
Yeah, so Ted DiBiase Jr. was backing up his family name, but he never got the push that would have brought him because he was a smaller dude, and you know Vince doesn't always care for smaller performers. You know, like Bray and Bo. There's no illusions whatsoever in WWE programming since they debuted of who their father is. And yeah, he was a mid-carder, but he's still... Is he a Hall of Famer?
I think so.
Who?
IRS?
I don't believe so.
But anyways, like, they don't, like, you know... But the Samoan dynasty has been the consistent singles storyline for Roman Reigns. He needs to live up to the Samoan dynasty, he can't, you know. And it's just like, yeah, and that's we all know that's the reason he's back with the Shield, is because they know Shield Roman can get cheered.
Yes.
Where did that history start? Were they always only in WWE?
Who?
That Samoan dynasty family.
No.
Well, no. I mean, that the Samoan dynasty goes back to like the 40s or something like that. Like they've been these families, you know, the Wild Samoans, Rikishi, the Usos, like the Rock, like this family.
No, he is not a Hall of Famer.
Okay, this family is like OG wrestling.
Right.
This is old school. This makes the McMahons look like a brand new wrestling dynasty. You know, the Samoan dynasty has been around forever. I mean, you got to think, you know, think of the past 30 years. So let's go back to like the mid 80s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Wild Samoans, Yokozuna, Rikishi, the Usos, The Rock, Roman Reigns.
I understand that.
Like,
Yeah, but they were all in WWE.
Yeah, but since the mid, you know, you think WrestleMania 1 was in 85.
Yeah.
Umaga,
yeah.
Rikishi.
You know, WWE has, for all intents and purposes, been the top company since 1985 on.
Right.
Like, you know, yeah, Monday Night Wars, WCW, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that family has been there. That family has been champions. That family's not like, obviously you always have like the Usos. Yeah, there's a chance one of them could have a singles run. You know, Edge did it. Never thought, actually,
Both of them did it.
I'll take 4 of those original, you know, those 2 original teams. Matt, Jeff, Edge, and Christian. You go back to 98. You like put yourself in 1998 watching those teams compete against each other and honestly say one of these guys is going to be world champion. And then remember that years later, all of them have been world champions.
Yep.
You know, Matt, I don't think was in WWE, but he was in TNA. He was Ring of Honor. I think he was Ring of Honor world champion.
He was Ring of Honor for a while.
You know, like the guy, all of them have had main event runs that far exceeded anything we would have ever expected from them. You know, so yeah, the Usos, we might see a Jimmy or Jay title run in 5, 6, 7 years. All right, go make a bunch of noise. So,
Oh, John has to pee.
yeah, so he's gonna make a bunch of noise because these microphones pick up everything. It's just like, you know,
ECW champion, United States champion, Cruiserweight champion, WWF tag.
are you talking about Matt?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, let me see what they have for the World Wrestling Entertainment. Nope. Hardcore European, U.S.
Yeah, but at the same time, he
Cruiserweight.
held a ton of titles in WWE. Matt Hardy, once again,
The Ring of Honor World Champion.
yeah, once again, you look at, you go back to '98 and you look at who he was, and we would have never ever thought Edge is the real like story out of all of that, because
I think Christian is.
no, because see,
Vince McMahon wanted to put a blue dot over Christian's face anytime he was on TV.
you just made me lose my train of thought.
That's
Wait,
a true
what?
statement. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the thing.
No, but so how is he the
The underdog?
no the story? The biggest name out of that.
Oh, the
Edge.
biggest name out of that. Yes, it is
Yeah.
Edge.
I was
thought
like,
you
what
meant-
the
I thought you meant,
fuck are
like,
you talking
the
about?
biggest
Christian
long
got
shot.
fucked over.
Yeah, I thought you meant the biggest long shot. I was like, no.
Like
Christian is my favorite out of all
Vince
of them.
did not want to use him on TV.
Matt
at
and
all.
Jeff are first ballot Hall of Fame. As soon as they're done, they're in the Hall of Fame.
I think all three of them are. Or
Four of them.
Four, yeah.
No, 3.
No, because Edge is already there.
Right.
The Dudleys are already there. Christian will be the last member of
Yes,
all
he'll
of
be
them
the last.
if he ever gets in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You think it's his TNA run that's holding him back?
No, because there was something like he came back to WWE but he was still contracted to TNA, and they were like, okay, do a TNA show and then come back. And so it's like, I don't think they were mad at him for it.
Yeah.
I think it was just it
I
was
mean-
what it was.
In my typical comments, he does have one of the best themes.
I don't know. Christian to me had such a great singles run in even WWE, and he held the World Heavyweight Championship
He's also held
You know-
the NWA World Heavyweight Championship.
and
did.
the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. Like Christian's had an amazing wrestling career. He was just held back in WWE
Yeah.
because he
Because
wasn't
Vince hated his fucking face.
he wasn't Edge, he wasn't Matt and Jeff.
But he was a vampire.
It's true.
The Brood was so fucking cool.
Well, you got to think like Edge and Christian debut. They get paired up with
Gangrel.
Gangrel, and Gangrel's sitting there like he's like, I'm the veteran. I'm taking these 2 young kids under my wing, and I'm gonna be in the WWE Championship picture while they're still like moving their way up, and they're just like, yeah, fuck you, Gangrel, and they just skyrocket. Gangrel's on fucking Velocity. Sunday Night Heat, and they're fucking main eventing, shows later in their career, or they're putting on best match of the night with their TLC matches.
Yeah.
It's like, who would have fucking thought?
I don't know.
I don't. So we're Roman. That's where we started. With
No, we started with women's wrestling.
No, you gave
Oh,
a
I did.
conclusion.
Yeah.
You were like, in conclusion.
In conclusion, stop having chicks there just because they're hot, and then actually putting them.
And here we are again.
Fuck.
I know. So like, just end of the day, WWE booking is starting to come around. I feel like I'm looking at post WrestleMania, because WrestleMania is that's the season finale.
Well, that's not the new season finale.
No,
That's-
it's the season finale, and then the day after WrestleMania, that Raw is the season premiere. That's
Right.
essentially kind of how
Right.
WWE works.
I love that that's how it works. Like oh, the Super Bowl. Okay, cool. Spring, or, fucking first game of the year is
Yep.
next week.
Yep.
The first game of the year is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So like
Great off season, guys.
Yeah.
they stumbled hard after WrestleMania. Just garbage pay-per-views, garbage Raws. Like, just nothing was clicking. They didn't know what they were doing. They were just running the same. How many times did we see AJ and Shinsuke?
Oh my God.
40, 50, 60? I don't know. I
Which
lost track.
sucked. I was so fucking excited when Shinsuke won the Royal Rumble, and it was just like, oh my god, this is gonna fucking happen. I think I talked about it on this very show, just being that excited.
As opposed to the other show you're on.
I think I may have said it has potential to be the best match of all time. And guess
Yeah,
what? That
no.
match wasn't that good.
And they finally did have a good match. Once they got to their last man standing match, they had a really great match.
what
but-
pay-per-view was that last man standing match at?
Exactly.
It wasn't fucking WrestleMania.
And I have
it
no
Extreme
idea what
Rules,
pay-per-view.
right?
No,
I don't know.
Maybe. Who cares?
I'm not even sure I watched it. Like,
It's like the storyline for the WWE Championship between two former IWGP Heavyweight Champions, AJ Styles.
AJ never won the IWGP
and
Heavyweight Championship.
He didn't?
No.
Wait, yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
I'm going to look it up.
Anyways, Shinsuke Nakamura being the man who combined the two IWGP Heavyweight Championships
Because of Brock Lesnar being
against
a no-show.
Kurt Angle. And their entire storyline from WrestleMania, before WrestleMania, on through fucking, Extreme Rules, was Shinsuke likes punching people in the dick. That was their storyline.
I stand corrected. He was.
I was going to say, because it's a promo picture that's used very often. Yeah.
That's the only belt he ever won in New Japan.
And he's still one of their biggest stars.
Okay.
Hashtag Bullet Club.
Hashtag Pullet Club.
Bullet Club.
Fucking Johnny
We
Cockstrong.
haven't seen him in forever.
Wieners.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't even think Massage Force is going to be there tomorrow.
Aw.
I don't know. Anyways, I just feel like so I feel like SummerSlam was a step in the right direction. SummerSlam, they started, it was a bunch of rematches from Extreme Rules, but the match structures were put on a lot better. I think the performers are maybe starting to fight back a little bit in the ring. They're like, okay, you won't let us do the good storyline, so we're at least going to try to put on good matches. I think Hell in a Cell actually looks pretty good. I think it looks halfway entertaining.
It's a B plus B pay-per-view.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's what it's meant to be. It's meant to be a B show. Then, we're leading into, so what's now? September. So next month, now is Women's Evolution, is that the pay-per-view?
No.
It's the Super Show and
it's-
Evolution.
It's the Super Show.
Yeah, but is that the Super Show's a special? Is that the pay-per-view for October? Is there another pay-per-view? Is there a Night of Champions, Clash of Champions, whatever?
I'm going to look. Hold on.
One way or the other, the next big pay-per-view is Survivor Series. Mm-hmm. And Survivor Series can go one of two ways. Unfortunately, whenever there's a brand split, it's just Raw versus SmackDown. That's how it ends up. Champion versus champions, blah, 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 blah. Who cares? Survivor Series is going to be really critical, I think, for WWE right now because they did falter post-WrestleMania. Survivor Series is their last big show before the Royal Rumble, and they have to start building to it early. They have to start building to the Rumble as early as possible because WrestleMania is always, WrestleMania, it is what it is. The Royal Rumble has always kind of been my favorite Big Four pay-per-view. And it's not the Rumble itself. The Rumble is fun because you have, oh, hey, look, it's fucking Doink the Clown. Holy shit, look how zany it is.
It's the first name I thought of.
It's like, it's always fun. But, you go back, I mean, you don't have to go even back that far. Royal Rumble main events rivaled WrestleMania main events. I mean, you had some insane Royal Rumble moments that weren't the Rumble, that were just matches happening at the Royal Rumble. And WrestleMania, you have a certain high level of expectation for. The Royal Rumble has always kind of been everyone's so focused on the Rumble itself, that you don't look at that undercard, and that undercard is usually really, really good.
It can be fantastic. There's 4 or 5 matches plus a pre-show match or two.
And then the Rumble. Now it's going to be an 8-hour pay-per-view. It's going to start at 4 p.m.
Eastern Central Time.
Yes. Eastern Central.
Eastern Standard Time.
And it's just
Bianca Belair's favorite time zone.
Yes.
I fucking hate her.
That was well done. I like that. I just got that.
I don't care.
It was
for
such
her.
a dad joke.
Yes, it was.
Anyways,
I I enjoyed her match against Nikki Cross this week.
I don't enjoy her.
I don't like the gimmick.
No, she has a horrible gimmick.
I like that she's undefeated.
And
like the gimmick.
like you said, like, you know, she went to Tennessee, and she has this master's degree, and then I'm the bestest. Like, I don't know,
Girl.
yeah, it's like, come on. I don't know.
Which is funny because that's a Triple H character. That's not even a Vince McMahon character.
I mean, you could say the same thing about Xavier being a doctor and then throwing pancakes onto the audience.
Yeah, no. There is nothing. Xavier Woods is not a stereotype. Xavier Woods is being Xavier Woods. He's goofy.
Here's a random question.
Who he is.
Is there a member of New Day that you could remove and the New Day still is the New Day?
No. That is a 3-man team. Those three work well together. The inevitable New Day breakup is going to be
it's going to crush
epic.
Me.
Yep.
It's going to be the feud of the century, especially if all three of them break up from each other and we start seeing triple threat matches between the three of them.
Yep.
That, because they've toyed with it. They've hinted at it for years at this point. And every time it's like, that's got me on the edge of my seat. Like, oh man, it's going to happen. The New Day,
as soon as they can't get something over, that's when they break up.
They need to start doing singles runs.
I wouldn't be mad if they stayed together and did singles runs. Like, Big E Langston could easily be WWE champion or Universal champion. Like,
it should be Kofi first, though.
Kofi, because he deserves it, because he has busted his ass.
Because he's like the second longest
and
tenured
Randy
wrestler.
buried him.
Randy buries everyone.
Randy.
Is that like Wendy?
Wendy.
All because he couldn't do his punt.
Like, New Day is such, like, I hear people shit on New Day, and this is not because I'm a New Day fan, which I am. People shit on New Day, like, they're so fucking dumb. They throw pancakes, talk about unicorns, and they're stupid. Their gimmick's stupid. It's like,
yeah, it is.
That's the best instance of WWE doing comedy wrestling in a long ass time.
Yep.
Because they don't know how to do comedy wrestling, because they just assume, like, take the worst sitcom writers you can find, and that's how you write comedy wrestling.
Yep.
You know, they don't do Kikutaru, Colt Cabana shit. They don't do Kevin Steen shit. They don't do Shockwave the Robot. Like, they don't get that. Fucking Bill Carr fucks. I mean, come on.
Yeah. No, their version of comedy is put a jack-o'-lantern head on Dean Ambrose.
Look at this, guys. Oh, my God. You know, and
make them dress up as Santa Claus and then wrestle.
Yeah, it's so stupid. The New Day have done it organically, and I don't mean those organic pancakes. I mean they've formed their characters organically. Because if you someone out in the Netherverse don't understand how the New Day started, the New Day was literally what Vince McMahon does. I've got 3 black guys. I don't know what to do with them. Throw them together. That's how it happened.
I was so over with those promos.
And they put them together, and then they did the evangelical New Day,
which I was all about.
And it was they were great heels, but they weren't amazing. They didn't. And then they said, you know what? This isn't getting over as a heel faction. Fuck it. You guys do whatever you want.
Right.
And it let these 3 guys who they didn't know each other. They weren't friends. They started traveling together because it was convenient, because they were put together. And that's when the magic happened. They just started doing whatever the hell they wanted. And it has worked out so well for so long, and it's not stale, it's not old, it's not boring, because they keep evolving
and reinventing
your
themselves.
Your argument for Chris Jericho also works for the New Day.
No, it does.
They keep building.
It's the same characters.
Yes,
but they just slow. Like, first it's about ice cream.
No, cereal.
No, it started with the ice cream stuff. They had the ice cream cart. They would bring it to the ring.
Oh, they had cereal way before that.
Yeah, the Bootios.
Was the Bootios
just
the
before
first
that,
one? Okay. You know, they have Bootios, and they have the ice cream. Now they have pancakes. Now they're doing commentary at a fucking New Day booth while Big E's making pancakes while on commentary. Like, it's genius.
They have a book.
they get it.
Yeah.
Like they get their role, and they like I feel like the WWE nowadays is notorious for like regimenting every little thing, and I feel like the New Day, they kind of give them
New Day?
a little bit of creativity and let them run with it, and
A little. No, they give them pretty much free
Yeah.
rein. Their promos are not scripted.
correct. And I feel like they're gonna continue to be the New Day until eventually they're gonna have one thing, all right, well, boys, if pancakes don't work, that's it. If ice cream doesn't work, that's it. If cereal doesn't work, that's it. Next they're going to come out, car air fresheners. If those don't fucking work, that's it. That's when they break up.
I
Is
hope
as
that
soon
before
as-
they break up, they have them legitimately jump a shark.
That would be hilarious.
Just go full Happy
Vince
Days.
would bring a shark in. Absolutely.
Right, bring an actual
Go
shark.
full Happy Days.
Have
and
them
have them
jump
jump
it.
a shark.
And just for the comedy purposes, like, they get their jumping a shark.
Yeah.
We get their jump. Like,
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah,
genius.
and that Xavier would dress up like Fonzie
Oh, yeah.
and do it. Yeah,
And
Or
they're-
they all would, and it would be
Yeah.
fucking
and,
hilarious.
and the thing is, at the end of the day, when they do break up, they are 3 of the top talents that company has.
Oh, yeah.
Xavier Woods doesn't get to showcase it as much. I don't understand why, because honestly, I think he's just as good as Kofi with his high spots.
I think people pay attention to him more as a manager.
He-
in that
yeah.
Because
role.
he plays a fucking trombone
I
and shit.
I feel like that's another thing they got over is a fucking trombone.
Yeah.
I feel like he is probably the weakest of the 3, but
Go back and watch his
that's like saying Marty Scurll is not the best member of Bullet Club. Like,
Right.
take Marty Scurll and put him in like any other faction, and you're like, oh shit, this guy's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
But because you have Kenny Omega, you have Cody of the Young Bucks. He's
my number 2 Bullet Club member.
I love him. I think I'm in the same boat.
We all know who number 1 is for me.
Pharaoh.
Right.
Adam
obviously.
Hangman Page.
He might be 3 for me.
Yujiro Takahashi.
Paige might be 3 for me.
Yeah.
Go back and watch, just go on YouTube or something. Watch,
Don't tell me what to do,
fuck you.
but continue.
Watch Xavier Woods in TNA.
Yeah.
His single shit. You fucking weirdo.
There's a guy in the Dallas Cowboys named Xavier Woods. And
Is
it's
it
Is
really?
he a PhD?
He's a
Is he?
I think he's a free
Okay, so
safety.
Xavier Woods, 5-time WWE Tag Team Champion, sex tape with Paige.
That's
I
pretty
mean,
good.
come on, it's a bit of an
a doctor.
accolade.
Wait, Adam Hangman Page?
No, different one.
Diamond Dallas?
Yes,
Lots of phone cords.
he's an actual PhD. He's an actual doctor.
Oh, is he really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I thought he was just fucking around.
No, he is.
No, he's an actual.
Like Tom Collins,
PhD.
his full name is first name, last name, Esquire, and he's not actually a lawyer.
But yeah, because he's not. So Xavier Woods, PhD. Guinness Book of World Records for most subscribed to YouTube channel of a celebrity. One of the top gaming YouTube channels in general. He gets invited to do everything that he loves. He goes to conventions. He gets to go to, Nintendo headquarters and Squaresoft headquarters and Sony headquarters and meet the actual developers of all these games he plays, and he gets to be a part of them. Not only does he get to do that, but he is in a video game, considering he's in WWE games. Like,
I was thinking, I was like, what game? I want to get it.
Xavier Woods is the most successful person in that company in the things that he loves.
Yeah.
One of the things I'm super jealous of is his Golden Girls collection. It's amazing.
Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Like B. Arthur,
He
Betty
loves
White.
the Golden Girls. I love the Golden Girls, but he's like obsessed. He
They're on
went
Hulu. I
to
don't know if you know that.
yeah,
Full season.
Yep. He's watch the Burt Reynolds episode. It's amazing.
Oh, Reynolds just died.
Turd Ferguson.
He went to, I think it was San Diego Comic Con, and they had a Golden Girls section. He bought one of everything that was in there.
Must be nice to just have money.
Yeah. I would. Yeah, you're crazy when you're poor. You're eccentric when you're
Yeah.
Well,
rich.
you have to think.
They say money doesn't buy happiness, but I'd like to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Through monetization, top YouTube stars are pulling in hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars a year just off ad revenue. So he's got a WWE contract that's probably close to at least $1 million at this point because he's been around for a while.
Yeah.
Plus he's getting hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars from YouTube. The guy's loaded.
Yeah.
Because like everything he does makes money.
Last time I saw,
I'm assuming just like, if they didn't renegotiate their contracts whenever the last time they did to get a good merch cut, if they're getting a 1-2% merch cut or a 3% like Punk was getting,
yeah,
you know how much money they're making just off of merch sales?
And they're here till 2021, 2022, I think, right?
Yeah, they re-signed recently.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like Xavier Woods, he loves what he does, and you can see that passion, you can see that enjoyment for what he does come out in everything that he does. Big E genuinely seems like he's having a great time when he's there. I mean, Kofi's fucking grizzled veteran at this point. He's been around for so long.
I liked Big E with Dolph too.
Xavier Woods makes $375,000 plus merchandise. So probably close to $1 million.
Yeah.
Which makes sense because Cesaro makes like 1.1.
I can imagine their merchandise.
So, and like I said, with his YouTube stuff, like you got to think these like big vloggers and stuff on YouTube, people that have similar to him, like 1.x million subscribers, and they get 2 million views, 3 million views per video, and they're making $2 million a year just off of that shit.
Yeah.
Plus, he sells his up, down, down merchandise.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if he's never asked for more money.
He doesn't have to.
Right, but he seems like one of those guys that's like,
he lives within his means one way or the other.
I'm going to do it here. I'm going to make money elsewhere. Like, just keep me here. If I ask for
and then
too
I'm
much,
going to buy all the Golden Girls shit I get.
Right.
Nude pictures of B. Arthur.
He said he has like, I think he has like a Golden Girls shirt that he can wear like once a month without having to do laundry or anything like that. He has one of, the one with the wolves and the moon?
Yeah.
He has one of that, but it's the Golden Girls.
Oh, I love it. I like that to me is awesome. Like, I would love to be able to live out my dream.
Yeah.
Be like a part-time
What do you
pro
mean? We're
wrestler.
doing it right now.
Part-time pro wrestler, part-time professional hockey player, full-time potato farmer. Like, I feel like that'd be the life.
Jericho is living the dream.
Well, yeah.
That's every high school,
I'm a
early
pro
college
athlete
age kid.
/ rock star.
Yeah.
that's
And I'm
pretty cool.
huge in Europe.
Yeah.
Like David Hasselhoff.
Like the Hoff. Dude, I love the Hoff.
I don't know. Like, but when they do break up, I mean,
I hope they don't.
If it happens.
Kofi is actually the one that I see to be the most likely not to win a world championship just because of his age at this point. They don't always like putting titles on someone who doesn't have a longevity to them.
Thinking story-wise, you could have Kofi win it and start to treat the other two less, and then you have a Big E Kofi feud, and then that's how Big E gets it.
But absolutely, I mean, Big E, I think, is a shoo-in for a really great solo run at some point. Xavier, I'm hoping that they give him a solo run at some point, as much as I don't want. But at the same time, like right now, obviously what they're doing is the Shield is collecting belts. That's what's going to happen going through this Sunday, is I think the Shield's going to hold every title on Raw.
If they do break them up now, I want it to be Big E versus Kofi, and just watch, because Xavier is going to be the perfect middleman to not know what to do. Yeah. His acting is going to be on point.
Yeah.
Like, the stress level on Xavier is going to be on point.
Yeah. I mean, if you notice, in big matches, it's usually Kofi and Big E in the ring. And I think one of the last times they won the belt, Xavier Woods was the one to get the pin. Correct. And that was the first time he ever won a belt himself pinning somebody. Yeah. Like, I don't know. That's kind of weird to me that you're that big in the company.
You're a 5-time tag champion.
He's a 5-time tag team, the
pinfall.
Longest tag team reign ever. And, he's only pinned one person to win a championship.
But at the same time, it's like, as far as I can tell, he doesn't seem like a guy who
cares.
Like, he's like, he seems like the kind of guy where if Vince is like, I've got nothing for you, and he'd be like, I'll clean the ring between matches.
Yes, right. I kind of like,
keep me busy.
The New Day in general, I think, and I might be a little bit wrong, but it's like, as far as Black WWE superstars, like, you either have the ghetto, like, crime time type shit.
Oh no! What's their names in NXT now? Street Profits.
Street Profits. You have like the, ghetto dudes, or you have the superior athlete dudes like Titus, Apollo, Bobby Lashley.
Fuck Titus Worldwide,
Shelton
except for
Benjamin.
Dana
Shelton
Brooke.
Benjamin. That's right.
Yeah.
I couldn't, and it's like they're all like you have either that or that, and then you have the New Day, and I think it's good that it's refreshing, because if you look at white guys, you have undead giants to consensual penis hip hop stars to you have everything in
To
between.
a dick flip wrestler, yeah.
You have dick flip wrestler.
Booker T, I think, was in that New Day, fit right in between the mold.
Yep, he started off kind of on the ghettoer side,
Right.
and then kind of transitioned into
GI bro.
GI bro. But then it like by the time he finished wrestling, it was like, I'm just a really good wrestler.
He's the most decorated African American.
Ron Simmons too, Farouk. But for the most part, it's either Crime Time, Street Profits, like ghetto, or like
Ron Simmons to me was a very versatile performer in the characters he played throughout his career. Like obviously, when he started, in like the
fucking helmet
in like the 80s and stuff like that, like he was essentially, he was essentially, look at this. He's a former football player. That was kind of his.
And he was just kind of like the token black
dude.
guy. Yeah.
I love the Nation of Domination.
Oh my god, the
was
Nation
great.
of Domination.
But like the Acolytes, like all of a sudden he's like,
just a beer drinking badass.
They
well,
were
no, that
so
was the
over.
APA.
Oh, the Acolytes.
Acolytes.
Yeah. When they were just like, hey, we're gonna kidnap people.
Yeah, like
That was pretty cool.
I mean, you kind of get the same to Bradshaw, because he was also like, he was just like, hey, he's former football player. Yeah, and then he
was a cowboy for a little bit.
He side by sided with Simmons for a long time. Simmons retired, and he became the JBL character, which is great, because I actually really like the JBL character because it's so based in reality, because the JBL character came from the fact that he was a financial analyst on Fox.
Yep.
Like, that was actually his real life stuff. And you can love him, hate him, JBL's an asshole, JBL's a nice guy, it doesn't matter. He did that whole, he spent like 5 years climbing the highest peaks in the world just to donate the money to charities and stuff. He's not a horrible person.
He's just a bad
He's
person.
just an asshole.
He's a jock stuck in a jock world.
Yes. Yeah. Let me give this queer a wedgie.
Whenever he's in wrestling, when he's in WWE, he's like I've been here forever. I'm the top guy. I'm going to razz you because that's what we used to do in football back in the day.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And
I'm going
Vince
to kick
is
you in the dick.
And it's going to make Vince laugh.
And Vince is going, oh yeah, you kicked his ass good, the nerd.
He beat up that fat kid in Daisy Dukes. I love it.
Ralphus?
No, Blue Meanie.
I miss Ralphus.
He was everywhere at StarCast.
Ralphus?
No.
Blue Meanie.
Also, he was there at one of the things I didn't tell you. I was at the Macaulay Culkin trivia on Friday night, I think.
Okay.
And it was kind of funny, but Blue Meanie was there and Ellsworth. And Blue Meanie, like, it was just like rapid fire. Like they would be like topics like female wrestlers. And so you'd each have a minute 30 and you'd say one and then hit the button and then their timer would go and they would have to say one and go back and forth. It was funny how many people didn't know female wrestlers though.
That's sad.
Santina.
And then you could tell the guys that were like trying to be super obscure and like pulling out random names, and then like they would get themselves stuck because they would build off each other and then couldn't go back to like, you could just run down the list of WWE. Like,
Brie Bella.
yeah.
When we were recording Mad Attack, we started having conversation about Bull Nakano. That was out of nowhere too. And I was
she
like,
got
whoa,
brought up.
holy shit.
And Nia Jax's beautiful eyes.
Yeah. Well, I was talking about how like her initial entrance when the camera would be like up her nose, and I didn't like it. Just like, she does have gorgeous eyes, but seriously, that entrance was just weird.
I really like Nia.
Yeah.
I like Nia too.
She's a very good superstar. Like,
she is.
Yeah.
She's still in the oven. That's how I put it. She's still in the oven. She's not quite top female talent yet, but she is really, really close to being done, and just like skyrocketing to, you know, your Beth Phoenix, your Trish Stratus, your Lita fucking levels.
Dude, fucking Lita against Mickie James, dude.
Give me
I'm
Natalia
excited about
versus
that.
Nia at a WrestleMania, and I
That'd be
think you'd
awesome.
have a hell of a match.
Yes. Just
Well, because Natalia helps with the women training backstage,
Right.
so I'm assuming she trained Nia a lot.
Probably, and I know Big Show helped her with the size. And
Just
like,
Yeah,
moving when
see,
you're that
how to
big.
wrestle smaller
right.
people.
She's like 5 foot to 5'7", 120 to 135 pounds. Like that's what the women's roster is.
Right.
And then you have like Natalia's a little bit bigger, but then Nia's like
She's almost 6 feet
Right.
tall.
she's over
and
6 feet tall, and she's like 6 foot 240. Like
Yeah.
that's a long way
She-
away
she's
from
my si-
Alexa Bliss.
She's my size.
You're 6 foot.
I'm 5'11".
Okay. Yeah. It's
And I'm
like
about 230.
yeah. She's you have Alexa Bliss 5'1", 120.
If that.
You know, maybe.
Well, she's got a lot of muscle on
or
her.
Sasha Banks. You know.
Sasha Banks is a fucking twig.
Yeah. Like women wrestlers can train that, but then 6 foot 240. You are gonna want a big show.
We do need to wrap it up, but I want to bring up something because we can say fuck during this.
You nailed it.
Boom.
6 foot 240, according to the Wikipedia.
So we brought this up on Mad Attack, but we didn't really go into it very far. I brought this up on Mad Attack. We didn't really go very far. So a lot of people shit on Alexa Bliss. They're like, oh, she's just a fitness model. She's not a wrestler. She's just a fitness model who came into wrestling and started wrestling. She didn't work the indies, blah, 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 this, that, and the other thing. I love Trish Stratus. Trish Stratus was a fucking fitness model who never worked the indies, who just came into WWE.
I'm
The
okay
finisher
with
was
that.
arguably the same amount of work.
It was a fucking bulldog.
It was a handstand, right? Wasn't it?
No, she had the Stratisfaction. It was a mid-row bulldog.
right. What was the other one? The one off the top, the Stratosphere.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, where it was just basically just a Hurricane Rana.
Yeah. It's like people don't understand because, you know, they just need something to complain about. Alexa Bliss, okay, let's say she's just a fitness model. She's also a power lifter. And I'm sorry, if you're 5 foot and you can fucking power lift triple, quadruple your body weight, I got a lot of respect for you. Especially because obviously Alexa Bliss she doesn't look like a powerlifter. I'm not saying like women who powerlift are unattractive, but they're usually very muscular and very shredded. You would never know how strong she is by looking at her.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you just wouldn't know. And
I will say right off the bat, aside from Peyton Royce, Alexa is my favorite female on the roster right now.
so
Becky Lynch.
let's just say
I love Becky, but Becky is like, I don't know.
let's just say she's just a fitness model. She's never worked the indies. She's never this, that, and the other thing. Because she was...
Velveteen Dream didn't really work.
He worked
No.
like 2 years in the
Yeah.
indies. He really did.
I don't think it was 2 years.
It was.
He did the reality and then went and did that,
Yeah,
right?
he did 2 years at like MCW or something like that. Anyways, Alexa Bliss, for not having a background in pro wrestling, is really, really talented at. She took to it very, very well.
And she gives a shit about it.
Now, when she debuted, she was Blake and Murphy's manager. Is that what she was in NXT?
She was that Bliss. She was the fairy.
Yeah, but she was the manager to a tag team.
I think so.
Yeah,
And I think it was Blake and Murphy.
Yeah, it was.
What happened to Blake? I know Murphy's doing well, but
I don't know.
I don't even know.
did they name change him? Do I miss it?
Well, they're
Is
engaged,
that Murphy?
right?
That
She's engaged with Buddy, isn't she?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's also like, this guy went from like, honestly, Buddy Murphy is one of those guys that really faltered in NXT and then is doing really well on the main roster.
Yeah.
And that doesn't usually happen,
Yeah.
but
Calling 205 the main roster, yeah.
He's
which I would.
still signed to NXT.
Blake is?
Yes.
Is he still just Blake?
He is Wesley Blake. Yep, same character, and
So essentially everyone got moved up except for him, and he's not even on NXT television.
I don't think I've ever seen him.
He's probably, well, they had this awesome like like shitty dubstep theme song. That's all I really remember. But like they weren't a great tag team to me. I liked them. I think I liked them because of Alexa Bliss. It was Bliss that was their manager, right?
Okay, hold on. On August 29th, 2018 episode of NXT, Blake returned to TV along with Steve Coulter and Jackson Riker being interrogated by William Regal about the attack of Aleister Black. The next week, the Forgotten Sons defeat the Street Profits.
Oh, they're the Forgotten Sons?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Buddy Murphy's actually like
205 Live, killing it with Tony Nese, who is my favorite 205 Live
he's
member.
actually a thing. That's gotta suck, like being in a tag team and then your tag team partner goes on to be Shawn Michaels and you just are Marty Jannetty.
I mean, somebody's got to be Marty.
Somebody's got to bang
Buddy
their daughter.
Buddy Murphy's a lot taller. He's 5'11". He's my height. I did not. He looks small because maybe this is a bunch of cruiserweights and you kind of expect everyone to be like 5'7".
I'd love to be 5'7".
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'5".
Oh.
But yeah, so
5'5", 169, kid. Are you
you go.
170?
I just want to end with that note of
I'm not fat anymore.
No, shut up. If you want to razz on Alexa Bliss for just being a non-wrestling fitness model, don't forget you're razzing on Trish Stratus soon. She's in the fucking Hall of Fame, and you're the ones who are fucking freaking out because she's wrestling at Evolution. So
And as a kid, I loved Stacy Keibler, so I can't even.
Stacey Keibler was terrible in the ring.
I don't care how you get there, as long as
you try.
As long
and
as
you work
you try
hard.
and you get better as you get more experience. Whether you spend 20 years in the indies or
2
you
months.
get to the fucking performance center and they're like, we're going to make a goddamn star out of you. Bianca Belair can wrestle very well. Her character sucks, but she just showed up at the performance center.
And this is, he doesn't look like it, but I would compare MJF to Alexa Bliss. MJF is a guy, look at an MJF match and you tell me how many moves he actually does in a ring in a given match, right? He's running around, he's running his mouth, he's doing flips to get away from them.
His character is
right,
what
exactly.
puts him over.
His character
Exactly.
is fantastic.
Which is exactly with Alexa.
I still wouldn't compare them because honestly, like he's only 3 years in, did we say?
Yeah.
I mean, but how long has Alexa been doing it?
Yeah, but she went
Five.
straight to WWE.
Right.
You know, like different. Anyways, I take a note card of what we talk about during the show, and this is just a fucking mess.
Penis Arrow Roman. That's what I have on my note card. I don't know when it's from. Ref Bump NXT and then Penis Arrow Roman.
Yeah.
But I haven't written anything down in a couple weeks.
What is the penis arrow Roman?
I don't know.
Something about Roman being
is
a
the
wiener.
dick hand jerk thing?
Oh yeah, he's jerking off his arm like a hand.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
He's jerking off his arm like a hand. I don't know. That's what I meant.
At least he doesn't yell Red Rocket or something
Red
stupid.
rocket, red rocket, red rocket.
No, he just says ooh ah.
Yeah.
Ooh ah.
Which is Samoan for
equals
Red Rocket.
Red rocket. Yeah. Good night. Fucking.
Later, guys.